Hi friend, welcome to or welcome back to Yoga on YouTube. And a big welcome to Move Through May. So if you haven't listened to our introduction, which was day 1, maybe just hit pause now, head to that. It's only a couple of minutes long and that will tell you all about Move Through May. This is day 2 and for this I'm using a blanket and 2 blocks. You don't have to have lots of yoga equipment. So you might use bed throws, pillows, cushions. You could use books instead of blocks. So you might want to gather a couple of different things, a couple of different options before you sit yourself down to start. And day 2 is all about Sukhasana. Sukhasana is sometimes referred to as easy pose or easy seat, which is a little bit misleading because that's to say that it would be easy for everyone, and it's definitely not. And this is kind of what Move Through May is all about. We are offering you different asana, different shapes, and hints and tips and options and variations so that you can find what works for your body. It's about adjusting the shape for us, not trying to squeeze or tangle or fold ourselves into what is perceived as the best variation of the shape. So I'm already kind of in Sukhasana as we are now. This is a seated cross-leg position. There are different variations of this, just from the outset. So the knees might be further apart, the knees might be closer together. Have a play with that to begin with and see if you can find what works for you. The spine is nice and tall. The shoulders are soft, not lifted towards the ears. Rest the hands where it's comfortable for you. And just let the belly soften. So we want nice space for breath here. You could gaze ahead, have the chin kind of parallel to the earth. Or sometimes if we're using this as a seat to arrive in our practice, or maybe for concentration or meditation, then we might drop the chin to the chest. Maybe we even close the eyes. Let the knees soften. Let the spine lengthen. Just pause here and take a couple of deep breaths. So that might be in through the nose and out through the nose, or in through the nose and out through the mouth. And let's try a different variation. So I have got a folded blanket. Don't want something that's too high. So this would probably be a little bit too high. We're looking for maybe half the width of that. And I'm just going to pop it under my seat. It's not completely underneath my bum. It's just kind of resting very edge, and that allows me, and again you will be different, so I can only kind of speak from my physical body, but it allows my knees to just open a little bit. I'm feeling a greater stretch through these inner lines of the legs, but it also allows my hips to just tilt forward and my spine to lengthen a little bit more. So you might try that one. Again, rest the hands, find your gaze point or close the eyes, pause, breathe. So we're not rushing. And by kind of breaking down the asana in Move Through May, perhaps you can find what works for you better. And then when you're coming into your own personal practice or maybe into a group practice, you can settle into that shape. Another option is to use our blocks, but again, it could be cushions, it could be folded blankets, and we just pop them on the edges of the thighs there. So that offers this kind of support and almost a stopping point for how much the knees and the thighs and the hips will drift open. So if I wanted to lessen that opening, I'd just bring them in a little bit closer, or I could even take them to a different level. And again, Those key points: long spine, soft shoulders. Let me just pause to breathe here. And just notice what you're experiencing here. For me, I'm experiencing that that's probably not the comfiest version of the shape for my body. You could use a combination of something to gently tilt the seat and the blocks behind the thighs. Something else that can be helpful is I would take my blanket a little bit longer now here, just kind of fold it into more of a sausage shape and pop it just where the blade edges of my feet and my ankles are. Because sometimes you can find, depending on what surface you're practicing on, or if your mat's quite thin, that you might want a little bit of support. Or perhaps if you're in a yin practice, you're folding forwards and you're going to be there for a couple of minutes, it's good to have these different supports. So yeah, the key thing is really just take your time. This is what it's about. We can take our time to explore a shape and then find the option that works for us. From this position, I'm going to just pop back up onto my blanket with my bum because that's the better position for me. From this position in Sukhasana, there's loads of different options. We could start to move with the breath as we inhale, sweeping the hands up, and exhale to come to the heart. We could take it into our seated twist. Again, we keep the spine nice and tall, knees soft. We could take it into a forward fold. We keep the bum down, and here we're really opening into those inner leg lines. Lateral stretch position, really opening into the side of the body. And of course, this can be a seat for meditation practices or concentration practices. And all of our shapes and our practice as a whole, that is what it is leading us into. This point of being able to find a still and a comfortable seat, to pause. Maybe it's not for meditation, maybe you call it something else. Maybe it's just to sit, to be, to take a few breaths. So I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you found it useful. There will be a different asana, a different shape every single day through May, some with me, some with other Yoga Born teachers. Give it a little thumbs up, write a comment in the box. If you've got a question, let us know, we can answer it for you, or we'll try our best to answer it for you at least. And more than anything, what really helps to grow and share and spread this accessible, inclusive, and totally free platform is if you click that subscribe button. This was day 2, Sukhasana. We will be back for day 3. Take really good care of yourself. Bye for now.